Alright, BobalosRex here. And the Felcycle secret continues. So I'm not sure what I'm calling this right now, but the hunt for the Felcycle is back. Now, this is a little late. They are still working on the orb after this. This is basically going to be how to get orb 10. We had the 9 orbs for so long. We finally figured out, or the secret finding Discord finally figured out how to get orb number 10. And I'll explain why I'm here in the Waking Shore. All of this stuff involves the Dragon Isles. So I'm right here in the Waking Shore. I do have an add-on. There is a reason I have this add-on. You'll see later. But I am up here in the Waking Shore. Okay? All the way over here in the Waking Shore. Now, this first step involves dying. So, I'm going to have to die here real quick. And we're going to have to fly back to this spot. But this spot is important for the secret. So, head to this spot. Die. And now we got to fly back. And I'll meet you when I'm back here as a ghost. Alright? Because the flight here is a little bit much. You can actually buy the item we're gonna get, but if the prices are stupid, don't do it. Okay, it's so easy to get this item, and I'll show you how once I get there. All right, I'm back here as dead. Okay, now remember, don't res. Okay, don't res. You don't want to do this run back again. Okay, so don't res. Now we're gonna head into the bubbling water here. All right, we're gonna head down in here into the bubbling water. And what you're gonna notice in somewhere down here is a bubble. There it is. So you see a secret fish. All right, you're gonna head over to the secret fish. All right, and because you're dead, you can actually see this alive. But if you head to the fish alive, it'll run away. But if you're dead, you can grab the fish, and the fish you'll get, and this is the item we want, is the bubble-filled flounder. All right, really easy to get. Like I said, you don't have to buy this, and actually you can get some more if you want to sell them, for when this secret pops off. And basically that one will just get mailed to me. So while you're here dead, just in case, you can grab a couple. And yeah, the bubble will just spawn around here. It's actually pretty easy to find. Here, let's see if I can find a third one. There it is. So, see, it's really easy to find. And now I have a total of 3. And you just need 1 for the secret. So now that we got our fish, we're going to head to the next location. I got to res real quick. But I'll meet you at the next location, alive and well. I'll see you there. All right, I'm outside the cave. That is the next spot. So right here next to the ruby life pools, you see this big rock structure here. The life pools are right over here. Here's this. I'm gonna fly right in to Hornswogg Hollow here, right up to the top here, and we're gonna meet Heck the Hungry Hornswogg. Now again, I'm right here inside a cave. All right, so we're gonna head up with the fish, the bubble-filled flounder. We're gonna head up to the Hornswogg here. We're gonna click on him. We're gonna feed him. All right, then he's gonna blip and toss out a duck egg. All right, so we're gonna grab this duck egg, and now we're gonna head to Valdrakken. So I'll meet you in Valdrakken with the duck egg. I'll see you there. All right, I'm here in Valdrakken. We're right down here by the Artisan's Market, by the water here. Alright, so see, that's the inscription trainer right there. So right across the way where we got ducks. Alright, we're here with some ducks. So with the duck egg that we got from the frog, we're going to head over here and we're going to click Papa's feather. Alright. Then this duck, Papa Duck, is going to fly on down. All right. And then he's going to place this object here, Shiny Gift of Avian Appreciation. And it's going to give you the Tuskar Dinner Bell. All right. Now, with the Tuskar Dinner Bell in hand, and this is the part where I needed the add-on, we're going to head up to the Forbidden Reach. All right. So we're going to head up to the Forbidden Reach, and I'll explain the final part once we get there. But real quick, an easy way I like to head to the Forbidden Reach is you can use these teleporters. So I'm heading over to this teleporter right here. I'm going to use that to get over to the Forbidden Reach quick. And then I'll tell you all about this next part here. I'll meet you there. All right, so I'm in Forbidden Reach. This final part, and thus why I needed the add-on, requires you to find a rare spawn stealth child, Tuskar child. Okay, so I'm gonna go over all the spawn points and visually show you them. I had to use an add-on for this, and it may be even more difficult, but we're gonna go to these spawn points and check for the kid. If they're there, cool. If not, I'll show you how to find them for sure, because the final item we're gonna get is the Oddsight focus, and we definitely want to get it for the secret. So I'm here at the first spot right here on Morkhead Island. Right here, we're looking for Tono, by the way. And as you can see, I walk around, I don't see the child. We're gonna head to the next spot. So we're gonna head up right over to here. We're gonna look in the next spot right across the way. You remember to stand here. You don't just look. You gotta go because they're stealth. All right, they're not here. Let's head over to the next spot. Right through here. All right, are they here? I don't see them. All right, so now we're gonna head up to the next spot. Right up there. All right, I'm just gonna show y'all because this was like super hard for me, so I want to help y'all. So we're here on the bridge. I don't see Tono. No Tono. All right, now we're gonna head over to the next spot. All right, so you've seen all the spots. So the first spot right there, the second one right up there, the third one right there, the one we were just at was right there. Now we're heading over to here. All right. I'm showing y'all the full route just so y'all can see it. So we're looking right here. I don't see no Tono. I don't see no Tono. All right, so we checked here. All right, so the next spot we're gonna check is right across the way. Up here. All right here. Do we see the kid? I don't see no children. All right, and now we're gonna check. There's 3 more spots here. We'll go to this one. Right here on the edge here. No Tono. All right, then we're gonna head up over here. I did not have luck for so long looking for this. All right, nope, they're not here. And now the final spot. Now here's the thing. If the kids didn't show up in any of the spots we're gonna show here. All right, I will go over all the spots again. All right, so see, he's not here. So if you can't find him, what I did was we gotta turn on war mode. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go over all these spots again so you can see it on the map again. All right, the add-on I got is Handy Notes. All right, some people already know Handy Notes. You have to get Handy Notes and Dragonflight. That's why I just want to show you the spots myself in this video so y'all don't have to. All right, so right here at the top, of Marquette Island. Right across the way, along the ridge. Right, like, down the path on the little outcropping structure there. Then up here, along, like, literally on the bridge. Okay, I want to make sure y'all can see these spots. Literally up here, like, on that bridge. Then you head over here on this path. Then over here on this ledge. Over here on the edge here. Over here on the edge. And the last spot right where we're here. On Dragon Skull Island, okay? So, I'm going to switch it to war mode. And I'm going to find this kid. Because that worked for me last time. It should work for me again. So, I'm going to head to the city. Switch it to war mode. And the next time you see me, we should have found the kid. If not, it's bad luck. Alright? So, I'll meet you back here. Real quick. Alright. Oh my god. It took 2 rounds of war mode, but we finally got it. So, we found Tono. And it was at this location. So, basically, that's all you can do. Is you basically go around all the locations, war mode off. Switch to war mode on. Go around all the locations. Switch to war mode off. Go right, like, rinse and repeat until you find them. That's what I did. And it will even pop up on your map. The Greatest Explorer. So, you talk to Tono. You say, hey, is this bell yours? What is it you found? And then you'll get the Oddsight focus. Now, I already got an Oddsight focus. But with the Oddsight focus, we must now head back to Karazhan, and I'll meet you there. Alright, we're finally back to Karazhan. Now, if it's been a while, which it has for me, make sure you have the particular key. Or the peculiar key, alright? If you clean your bag since midnight, make sure you got this back in your bag. Turn your torch on, because otherwise you're not going to be able to get in to the secret side of Karazhan. Alright? So just make sure you got that stuff, because let's just say I was running around confused for too long. But here we are. We are back in the lair. Alright? And we have the Oddsight potion. Or Oddsight focus. I put it here with all my other secret stuff. Okay. You don't have to use this, but you can use it. It is going to be a part of the next secret. But once you have the Oddsight potion and all that stuff, the 10th orb is now unlocked. 2 orbs left. And they're not purple anymore. Ooh. Alright. I'm excited. I don't know what this is going to bring for the Felcycle. Is it finally going to fly? Who knows? But I'm excited. I'm excited. It's been so long. I'm excited to get back to it. And yeah, Tono is a problem. But if you use the add-on, you go to the spots, switch war mode, you'll eventually get it. I've done it twice now, so he is findable. And next up, we're going to be using the gift of Oddsight. Alright, my lucky numbers are 7 and 13 this week. Alright, so I'll keep y'all updated when we figure out the 11th orb. Maybe they already have. I'll start working on that video once that's found. And we'll have to see what we get at the end. I'm excited. I'm happy we're back. The hunt for the Felcycle continues.